Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in the sketch series. We're continuing with Fenestration B, and we're going to go and explore another color combination. Previous installment was an exploration of detail with this as inspiration. And then the previous color examination was with pastel colors. And I rather like this outcome than the detail work, but that's the process of design, building on what you have, making it better. I like this one. It's more cleaner in either of these bays. So for this one, I am going to follow this example and try and use this as inspiration for the next color combination, which is black and blue with a little lavender. So I still have lavender in this color and no other color. So it's going to go along for the ride with this color combination. And I just want to see how black looks on video and see how much detail appears. And if it's one of those things where you have to be in person to appreciate all the textures and stuff that's going on with the bricks, or if it's possible to have the video really show what's going on. All right, so I did not have this kind of cylinder. There's a ridge going along the sides. I would like to use it. I did not have it in pastels. I have it in black, so I'm gonna see if I can probably, there's different places I can put them, but I'm not sure where they're gonna be. Let's see what else that I had in black but not in pastel are these 2x1s with these ridges. And they'll be just for detail work. Initial thought will probably be on the bases, maybe around here. There's not too many places for the regular bricks, and I have select areas for where the blue is going to be. The blue is mostly going to be for the detail. I have these also from the pastel set, but these are going to be what's making or replacing the pink, because this right here is my entire pink collection of this shape. So I had to go to another color. Lavender is going to continue doing its role. These will be the horizontal stud, change of directions. I wanted to use all my blue colors. So here's the dark blue. Also interested how this will look on video, because it can be the same as black. We'll see how it goes. And oh yes, this might be lavender. I'm not sure, or lilac. This color looks kind of bluish, so it's going to be thrown in there in some way. But again, this is the only shape I have in this color. And I think we can start. And starting with the texture for the, oh yeah, probably go vertical. So that way the column is like emphasize the verticaliness of it. Okay, so that's more or less where the columns are going to go. Let's see, and I believe it was just 3 wide depth. Probably keep that black. I do have change of direction in black. Just to make sure, yep. And these are the full height bricks, so I can place them on the interior to hold some blue detail. Oops, need more. And here. least that much can be done. And then let me focus on here. Have this, and this. Let's see how they look. If the blues. Oops, which way do I go? This way. Okay. This will probably be lost. I haven't decided if it's going to be completely covered as here. If it looks nice on the interior, then I'll probably keep it exposed. If not, I can put some more of this color elsewhere. And it was only in particular angles you will be able to see it. And the other thing is with black, it's such a powerful color that I do wonder how it's going to be look with, you know, just the various shades of blue. And if it will be strong enough to hold cohesively just this color combination, but maybe other color combinations. An example would be, say, like a stained glass window. That it has, I guess it would be wrought iron, a black color, but then all the in between would be just colored glass. And there probably have to be some, you know, color choices to be made, but I would do wonder if the black is strong enough to hold it all together. And then for the columns, here. So a choice has to be made if it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. It's there. Okay. If the ridges are going to go on the top or be at a certain height somewhere in the middle. In person, this is more mirror-like, more how do I say it? All this is like a continuous face, and then you do see a distinction. I think I'll keep it like that because it goes with the base. I'm going to switch it around a bit just to see. So now the ridges are in the center and the smooth cylinder pieces are on the exterior. Also passable. I think unless you have a really specific reason for alternating, or you know, either way can work. The final decision will be if I have enough of the ridges, which I probably do, because for the other ones I would need two smooth and then one ridge in between. It's only when this one is, since it's the longest, I would need to, you know, really have these in stock. But because I only have one of those, I can do it this way to have the ridges in the middle. And I don't remember in my collection, in my current collection, if this comes in white, because otherwise it's an easy thing to see it as a Greek column with the fluting, the vertical ridges. And I guess they made this to be more mechanical. I'm not sure why only in black. In the creative sets, at least, they might have released them in other sets, in other colors. Okay, so the decorative part here, I have these, and then these here. And so it looks like that. Eh. I think this is just too strong of a blue compared to this one right next to it. But I'll leave it there just in case overall it makes sense. Right now it's just like blue. And I think that's the primary blue color. Which I guess can work, but let's see how it looks with everything in place before I take it off. And then the inverted slope is here. I guess in this particular part, the fluting makes sense because the cylinders that are on the top and bottom are smooth, and the bricks touching them are smooth. So in that sense, it's a nice look. It's not contrasting. And we have this here. The other thing is I'm lucky that I have enough of these blue slopes to replace the pink, but I was also interested because it's such an, oh, I need to plate that. It's such an electric color that if I had different shades of blue of this slope shape, it might have been possible to, oh, let me see how this looks, to alternate. And then you have a symmetry. Even though the shape is symmetrical, the colors would be asymmetrical, and that can create an energetic look. And then with such a strong border, the black color, it can, I think it can hold together. So maybe that's where I use a special, let's call it lilac, even though I'm not sure that's what it is. Just because that is the height where there's a break. And here is also where I put the brown there, or the tan there. And so let's leave it in place, see how it looks. I probably do have a black round plate somewhere, but let me see how that looks so that it has a bigger part to play than just being under that piece. And that way it can be represented well. Okay, so overall, the color is holding together. So it's a change of direction there on the inside. And then it seems to be, oh yeah, I do have 2x6 black bricks. And that was my thought with the, I guess it's light yellow, to be that's where the column is. So it'll be right here. Some of this detail is being lost, well, not lost, it's just it melts together because there's such a uniform surface, smooth and black, and it's all visually, it almost looks combined. That you don't realize this is popping out from here. So I wonder if I should put another color there, another blue. So do I have any of the blues here? This color. Okay, so that is possibility. Maybe just a 2x2 instead of two 2x1s. But I think I'll leave it black for now. And then I can always try and adjust it later. The reason being, I will try to make the black the primary color and the blues just detail work. Whereas I could have a blue coming down this way, which I don't know if I have any change of direction blues, but I'll check. But for now, I'll leave it there and see if I can just do it all in black. So I did gather and count, I think all the necessary pieces. I think I'm missing what might be needed there for detail work. But in doing so, I did kind of more or less plan, like regulate the blue as the details without really seeing how they look, in place. And then I'll probably have to pause the recording, get the necessary pieces, but so far, let's see what we can do with what we have right now. Yeah, this one is, that's where the lavender is. I have this detail too. I can place there. Okay, and then it is going to be one of these. True smooth with the ridges in the middle. And then that is a regular 2x1 here. Inverted slope here. A regular one stud brick. Here. Okay. Then another lavender. Oh, and then where's the change of direction? Okay, and then this is also something, and this will play in the larger context of the construction. It would be a castle, palace, or garden. And say that this is where the beams are for this height, and it can go on for several bays. And this is the height for this fenestration. It can go on for several bays. So it's not necessarily that this is what's going to be on the final structure, but this is just an example. This is the height for here, and this is the height for here. And then it'll be just a matter of balancing where in the structure if they're going to interact, because you could just have this size or this fenestration and not have the larger one, or vice versa. Maybe when I do a castle, I'll be able to explore the different heights within a building so that, it could be a fun exploration as to how the Lego people transition between each level. There you go. Okay, what else can I put there that can suggest a finished look? Okay, how about this color under that? Oh, I forgot about that. So I do wonder if that would be appropriate to keep there, because that's in this example, that's the edge of the construction. And I do wonder if I have the half shape of this in this color. I didn't think to look when I was gathering these pieces, but okay, continue forward and see what comes up next in terms of what I need. Where are we at? There we go. Here we are. Oops, let's see. No, that's right. Okay, so let's pause and look. The colors are popping out just because they're next to such a strong color that you see them almost first, but then you do see the frame of it, the black. Okay, and so I forgot what's next here. I think it's to go with this. That's where I put the plates. Okay, so let me go on this side and try putting these there. Oh, not this one. I did include what would be the headlight pieces just to see if I could use them for detail work. Okay. Oh, not blue, it's lavender. I really want to put the blue, huh? Okay. Okay. Then a beam. Oops, not a beam yet. It's the inverted slope. Here. Okay, so that's one of the benefits of having a solid design and doing it for a while, that it's easy to just go with the flow. Everything's been solved, just looking at how this color combination works together. Go. Okay. So it looks kind of nice. The only really contrasting color is this, I think it's sea blue, light sea blue or something like that. But it's a pastel blue that it really pops out. And then the other colors join in. Okay. So is there anything on the interior I need to be aware of? Oh, I put slopes there. I guess that's possible. I do have that in black. Just move that there. And then I can put a blue detail color brick there. In person, you could barely see the horizontal stud. Probably might be able to see it with the glare or the shininess of the plastic. But with the blue detail there, you'll notice it right away that there's something there. Okay. Now I need to raise up one. The other advantage of having a plate here is it might make it easier to extend this across and then just continue it with maybe something longer than a 2x6, so that way it can be part of the overall structure of your building. That's just the added benefit of just trying to get a level between those connecting. Okay, so all of them are brought up. Okay, and then we can continue with here. And by that here, I mean there. And it is a, I'm trying to remember, I think it's just a single stud and then 2x1. There. And then here. Okay. Oh yes, I do have these in black. But I think it'll be okay because this will be a chance for this color to be noticed, and you don't lose this texture when it's all black. Whoops. There. And there. Yep. And oops. This way. Okay. And then it goes up. And then it comes across, but let me go to this side. And I'll probably put it this way. Yeah. So it's also fortunate that I came across, because I don't have an arch 1x6 one high in black, so I would not have been able to use this as an examples of construction in black. So I just have enough of these blue colored slopes, same as the pink, so I can do this detail here also. So for the third color combination, I'll just have to see if I have something that can go either way. I'm finding this, I prefer this than the arch. The arch just makes it a larger opening. This one, even though it's kind of awkward, it does make it look cohesive with the lower part. Okay, now for the central base. And this is something I was looking at. I did not push out a brick to capture this kind of shadow effect, which I'm not sure if I need to, because of it's in black. Oh, I missed that part. And it's only a single stud here. And then this one. So I'll probably do some rearranging and see if I can use that detail still, or that feature, because this is not black, and so it might be okay to ignore it like I did with this one, even though I didn't intend to. Here. So ideally it will be a brick pushing out, which can be just a 2x4, or I do have a 2x3. So then here it's still vertical there. Okay, and then on this side, I can still use a 2x3 to kind of match it up. But I do need something to come across here. Okay, so let me finish that side and then I can think about it. And it's a reverse. Nope, here. Okay, and then we're at that part where we need to make a decision as to how to enclose this area up. Previously it was just it was two 2x4s that came across there. It does hide this stud a bit if you're looking from the top, but from the bottom you can see clearly. Okay. And then so above here, at most, I need to have this here with a plate there. That plate, I'm trying to remember the necessity of that plate, to have this, because there's a plate here. I think it's just to do with the beige there. Okay, so I do have a, which I did not have in yellow or any other pastel color, or pink, that's what I needed it there. You saw it's not a true single stud plate. And I'll keep that because it keeps the jaggedness of this design and it pushes in towards the black. Okay, so this is what's being kept. My mind is still thinking about this because I do have well, 1x2's reverse. Oh, it's not reverse. Side studs. Okay, so I don't have a 1x4 with horizontal studs, or even this kind of plate where it had horizontal studs on the plate. So I'm gonna probably have to build across it. Let me just make sure I'm looking at this correctly, because right above here it's just a brick layer and then a plate on top of that. So to backtrack, I do have 2x8s, which has to be there, so I don't need these here. If I build this across, like So put this back. That's more stable than the pink, just because it was 2 layers right there. But then I can drop it, or should I go even lower? Yeah, I think I'll go lower. Let's see what that does. Because if I put the plate here, then this on top, it works like that. We'll see how that goes. I was not expecting that. It's a little bit cleaner in terms of I don't have to have a plate underneath that. It's just a brick to brick. Okay, let's go on this side. Here we go. There. Okay, that takes us to that height. Then I need to backfill it with plates here. Okay, so it's 2x4 with that. It's in this fashion. Or this can be placed before putting the 2x8, but I probably do that. Because this is like a good opportunity to make sure it's all cohesive or all melded, because having the 2 bricks here was kind of hard to keep this together. Having one single piece straight across, holding it all together, it's much preferable and it looks a little bit more cleaner. It's curious that these are creating shadows, and there's a shadow here, but you don't really appreciate it because it's surrounded by, well, there's a black over part of it. So in person there is a slight difference of shade. Maybe with the glare you'll be able to see it, but otherwise it does not call attention to itself. Let me put these back in there. Just really grabbed onto it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here I can put the single stud bricks that have a horizontal stud, and I could put detail there. And thanks to the plate, I don't have to worry about them. If we're above those 2 bricks, it'll be questionable, just because there's nothing to hold all of this together unless it comes further up. But having the plate there, it's pretty good. It feels much stronger than the pink or this arrangement of having the 2 bricks there. And then on this side, here we go. Oop. There. And here. Okay. So here we're on level. Everything's on level. What are the next steps here? After this one, okay, so after following this, that's an artifact from the hanging these upside down. We'll see if we need to keep them or cover them up. Okay, so we are here. So it appears to be just a stud. No, this is, yeah, this is a regular one stud brick, and then around. Because what happens here? This one I'll probably leave right here. It's supposed to be built up. Instead of having a single line here, it's double line. I guess I can fill it in, but not doing it will make this area a bit larger. So I'm interested to see how that looks. And I just need to go up one. That I use. Oh, we have more in the big box. There, and I'll put 2 by 1 here. Another 2 by 1 here. So now is a choice. I probably don't. I can go just do 4, or in this example, it was 6 across. And it would be a thicker frame around what would be detail of blue tiles. Or something like that. Okay. So let me think. Otherwise, I would need to build out like here and put a horizontal change of direction brick there. I think I'll keep it 4 across. That would allow this to be consistent, which is too wide. It works there because this brick is not here. Did I start early? Oh, the change of directions does not stop there. Okay, never mind. So I can put a 1 by 4 there. It starts above it. Here. So that way I can save these for a little bit more up. And one of the benefits of having it 6 across, even though it goes over the column line, is that it starts to visually lose the necessity of having such a thick column continuing upward. So this is, it reads that there's no structural necessity for having the column come up. It's lighter, so it can be more expansive. It's the same thing if you have a window, you don't have anything above it, theoretically, and so then you can have it wider than what here you really need to have the column supporting all the weight. Even though all this is plastic, this is how a building is read, where the structure is needed, and that's where it's thicker. Okay. So I'm keeping that. Oh yes, and I think I was going to, yes, have this level have the horizontal studs available. I don't know if I'll be able to have enough blue detail that's 6 there. All right. Okay, and then one more up. But I want to make sure if I need to go up a plate. According to this, I do. Make this possible here. I think so. No, I need that plate. Okay. So at that level is where the change of direction is facing inward. And I think I'll keep it black just because it's part of the structure and not necessarily detail. It will just be another of this color in the middle of the black. Here. Oh, this is the double facing. Here we go. Here's the single facing. There. So that will be kind of hidden, but then you have that. It does go with this. Okay, we'll keep it blue. There. And then I can do that part there, but this needs to go up one. So I do have those single studs, plates, here. There. And then well, that will be interesting because I do need to continue the horizontal studs there, but they do actually need to go on. Let's see if I have, that's 6. There, I do have, where is it? Ah, one across 6 by 1, and then I have 2 by 1 to get to that level. There we go. So that will be right here, just above the tan. Okay, let me go to this side. Face inward. And upside down. And this one, I think, I forgot, what did I use? Oh, this was the fake stud, actually. Or the plate without the stud. And it has to be hanging from the upper one, which, you know, was contributing to unstableness. But I'm glad I have it in black so that I can secure it from the bottom and from the top. So all in all, this one will be much more structurally sound than the previous one, and it's just because of the brick availability I have currently. Okay, here we go. Well, it is grabbing all of these 6 singular studs, sorry, single stud brick together. I was hopefully overlap a little bit, but then this one will be by itself. But I think that's the best solution. Okay, and then inward, I need to put a blue there. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this center one, which needs to be 2 by 2, or is it 2 by 3? No, it's a 2 by 2. And that one, and then that one, and then there's 2 bricks, sorry, 2 plates above that to get this to height. Okay. There. Oh, and then these are here. Oh, I think I went too high. Okay, so it's just one single plate. The whole thing's coming. There we go. Now we're even. Cross, face down. Okay. All right, and then what I didn't have in pastel or any other color except for black are these 1x5s that I recently got from a certain set that I was featured in Learning from the Pros, because that's exactly what I need for this particular fenestration. So I have it just with 2x6s across. So it's there. I don't have any longer bricks to span across, so 2x6 it will be. I do have it open. I don't have how I had it with the 2x1s and 2x2s here to kind of cover that up. I don't even have a 1x3 in black. Okay. And then, okay, so I have an option of doing 2x3s and then 2x2s. Just in case one is more stable than a 2x4 and 1x2. All right. So let me finish up details interior. So I'm okay. Actually, I'm okay with leaving these exposed. But let me see how it looks with a how I had it with the pink slopes. Just because I don't have a black inverted slope here to kind of match this, I'm okay with having it just, it is a square, but it has color. There is some black here, but it's not too distracting. I kind of like this. This really looks like a window, actually. This is okay. If there were a way to put inverted slopes here, if there was enough room, I think I would put them there. But overall, I like this. It's like a square of color, or rectangle, sorry. So let's see if I can get this out. There we go. There we go. All right. So then here, I might actually use some colored slopes and not black, just so that there's some color here. It's the same piece. If I put this here, in person it's not noticeable unless you get a glare and you see it. Video wise, I'm not even sure if you can notice that there's a slope there. Okay, so I think I'll put color there. So this can be an ornamental part of the design. It'll be enclosed, and right next to it will be an open ornamental design. Okay, and then let's see the front. What can I put here? Oh, I forgot. These are not the ones that connect because they're on different layers. They don't interact. So it might have to be just individual pieces. Do you fit there at least? Barely. Does this make sense? It kind of does. What else do I have? Okay. I'm just going to put the rounds in the interior part. I do have these 1x4s. And I'm thinking of using actually these. Okay. I think it'll be a little bit more simple than what I did for the pastel. Because I don't. These are the only ways I can use these particular colors. Because of the way the edge finishes down here. Oh, okay. So the lilac, then that's the only place that appears unless I put somehow indicate that it's there. I think, oh yes, this one. And I think this fits just because it goes with at least this part. Not so much with the lavender, but I think it helps tie everything together. Having that color there. I'm trying to think if there's another way I can put. I don't have a finished or a detail in this lavender, so let's see how that looks. Okay, that's okay. I'll go with it. just an abstract thing. I do have a few of these there. I'll keep it. Okay, now the interior. Okay, I do have 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I just need a slope of a color. Any blue slope. Let's see. Okay. So we have this and this. It would have been nice if it were a progression, that this was the darker, then the medium, and then the light. But I think we'll be okay. There, that actually looks okay. All right. That's actually looks nice right there. Okay, then I'm not even sure I have enough of these plates. To what other details I have here. Didn't think about that. I probably would, but then it just gets away of the fenestration. And then you see a brick when you're supposed to see an opening. What else? Oh, we have these quarter circles, which I think might work because then I could put them half in there. Not straight. I have to take it off. Okay. To have that kind of effect. See if I can put it straight, or maybe halfway and then having the other one will help correct it. Yeah, that's the way to go. Let me get more of these. Okay, this is what I have found. And let's see. So halfway in. Oh, that just went in. There we go. I guess situations like this, especially if this is in a completely enclosed interior or largely enclosed, details are going to have to be figured out before. They're impossible to put in. Even now I'm kind of having issues. Let's see. There we go. There we go. And I brought extra detail pieces to put here. Again, I'm not sure if you see on video, but there is a recess there. And this is a dark blue. I think I'll put you there. I am curious if they're going to be visible. Oops, I knocked something down. Yeah, I don't have this shape in the... I guess that's the original blue. Okay, so or it can also be downward. I think upward would be just emphasize the verticaliness of it. How are these in? Not at all. That's why. So I guess it does have to be down in order to avoid that stud below. There we go. Now it's legal. Almost. There. Okay. Now this other side. And these surfaces here, I think I'll leave just because they're beams. And traditionally there's not, ornamentation on top of the beams unless it's like a wood carving. But since the only way to do a carving is to make it multiple pieces in Lego, might have to skip that part here. And then when it comes to the actual structure, I can see what ornamentation I could put on the beams. So we have here the second color, and let's call it scheme for this Fenestration B. Follows closely to the construction of the pastel. This one is a bit stronger just because of the brick selection. I had longer pieces available to bridge gaps and precisely sized pieces that make it look like it was meant to be. These are a little bit off. I guess that'll do. There. This was nice. This was nice. This is kind of abstract. It's something to kind of ornament the top of here, so it's not a blank wall, but it doesn't have to be there. It could be just a blank wall, depending on your design. But I just wanted to show what can happen here, because there's opportunity with the horizontal bricks. It's not too distracting to have the lavender with the blue, since they kind of share some shades, so it's not like too foreign. The ridges on the columns and here also help add some texture, so it's just not completely black. There's some things going on. Again, I guess it depends on the glare, if you see it or not. Just because it's plastic, it's all shiny, but it really pops if you catch the light correctly and you can see each detail. Interior, I'll consider this because it is a nice border around something colorful and abstract. Let's get a clear view of that. There. I was going to think of a mountain, but it's nice. This I probably should have considered for the pastel. But then I was going with tan. I don't know if I had tan detailed. I would have used it if I did, but and probably another pastel color if it comes to it. But yeah, I kind of like how this is. It simplifies or makes obvious where the details is, what structure. This one is kind of all blended together, which is a choice. This helped organize it, create a logic to it, and then here it just capitalizes on the contrast between a color and black, and so that it's almost like playing within the lines. So if your structure is black and then you keep it consistent, you can do a lot with the colors, and I think I'll keep that in mind. Not necessarily for the castle, I don't know if I have enough black, but just so that this is something interesting to use in the future. All right, so this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.